We'll call this Revelations. He had no subtitles, so we're taking a video.
Did it. Okay, we have Tom Horn, who I have his book about rabbis, Trump, and the secret something to rebuild the temple. Listen to his theory. This is a good one. Haven't heard this one anywhere else.
What if Antichrist had like a dark parallel to the Holy Communion in the sense that if you had a pandemic, let's say that it went global, all of a sudden a man comes forward and he's the only person on earth who seems to be naturally immune to this disease, and therefore his blood, his genetics are used for creating the vaccine by which everybody, and this is Antichrist, and as a result it is a dark participation in the consumption of the flesh and blood of Antichrist.
Yes, that is absolutely scientifically possible.
What if
That is absolutely. Don't get your science advice from this woman on Skywatch, but interesting theory, right? You know how you take communion, Jesus's blood and the bread. Now the Antichrist parallel will be the Antichrist is immune to the virus. They take his blood and multiply it and then give it to everybody else as antibodies, and that will be the new Antichrist communion, worldwide communion. Quite the theory. Keep that in mind. Now we have Mark Taylor, who is a Trump lapdog, the prophet Mark Taylor. Listen to this nonsense that he's pushing here about QAnon. We're getting into QAnon now.
We've learned through Q. We've learned through all of these things, all this time. We've got the prophetic words that God's given us of what the end result of this is going to be. I think what they're using, I could be wrong, but they're using this coronavirus as a cover to go in, shut places down, and go in and start making arrests.
So that's the basic QAnon theory in a nutshell. They're using the shutdown and getting everybody off the streets and declaring martial law so that they could go after all the pedophiles, the sealed indictments, all of the deep states, the Obamas, the Chicoms, the Clintons. That's the theory that these Trump shills are pushing right now. Basically encouraging, welcoming martial law. Here's another one.
The Oval Office address lasted 9 minutes and 11 seconds. So go back and listen to it. And here's what I want people to do when you listen to it. Because here again, God's giving signs as to what's possibly taking place. I want you to replace, every time he says the word coronavirus, I want you to replace that word with deep state cabal. And then the speech takes on
Do these Christian prophets not know who the cabal is? You should check Revelation 2:9 and 3:9. You should look at cabal as in Kabbalah and your Talmudic rabbis and the temple you want to help build. Look at this guy. He's got the Q in the back on his little shelf too. This guy pretends that he's a prophet that predicted Trump, just like that huckster Trey Smith. Trump's the new Cyrus. Buy my third temple coin. Oh, the Sanhedrin, so great. They're going to build the temple.
whole new meaning.
Yes, it does.
So take Trump's speech, just...
So we had Revelation 2:9 and 3:9.
take out Corona and put in Deep State Cabal, and he's speaking in code.
I want you to replace that word with Deep State Cabal. And then the speech takes on a whole new meaning.
Yes, it does.
And then you're going, oh my gosh, this is what he's talking about.
Yep.
He's speaking in code. The Oval Office address.
Speaking in code. Now, Liz Cronkin. I've never looked too much into her until today, and wow, it's awful. She's really pushing this stuff. She says the coronavirus outbreak is just cover for the military to finally carry out the mass arrests that have been promised by QAnon.